To enter AJO's app, tap the blue button. From here, you can go directly to your task. To enter a new energy upgrade project, tap Create New. When your project is an energy upgrade of an existing home, AJO will illustrate the contrast between pre and post. If your project is a new home, check the New Construction box. AJO's columns will now say Code and HP for high performance. AJO illustrates the contrast between local code for new homes and your high-performance home. As codes vary by location, you'll record the local code data in the blue column. Basic details of the house and the pre or before conditions are typically entered during the job's progress. By the time the project is completed, it'll only take a few minutes to fill out the post columns and create a report. Contractors can use AJO with new clients as a sales and presentation tool. During your first inspection, record your notes in AJO on a laptop, tablet, or smartphone. You can show customers that day what their home's post could look like with your proposed solutions. AJO can be used in a proposal, to report a completed job, and for other inspections. Navigation through the app is a zip. Scroll down through the sections or tap the icons. Energy costs, enclosure, HVAC, water efficiency, indoor air quality, plug loads, solar, sold, green verification. You see that AJO has many fields, so you can describe any size project. Use as many or as few fields as make sense to describe your project. If the work scope involved only two elements, for example, attic air sealing and insulation, you can go straight to the enclosure section, scroll to air seal, check attic. Scroll down to insulation, type the R value, select type, and you're done. AJO has the capacity to describe an extensive, deep energy upgrade that may use many fields or a small job. Throughout AJO, you'll see small green iNote buttons. iNotes provide definitions, assistance, and resources. The iNote button for size CFA tells us that CFA stands for Conditioned Floor Area. The iNote for carbon emissions provides a link to an online calculator. Starting at the top with project details, we see the House section, where you can enter basic ID and description, address, size, expanded lists for architectural type, and building type. AJO is geared to contractors, but others are welcome too. AJO asks the author to state who they are and what their role is. It may be a homeowner because it's been 5 years since the upgrade and the contractor is unavailable. It may be a real estate agent listing the home for sale, or it may be an appraiser using AJO as a guide for their documentation to affirm value. Goals and solutions are highlighted to tell the homeowner's story and their motivations. Choose one primary goal, and there's an option to choose a second. Select as many solutions as are applicable. If you don't see what you need here, you can always write in more text in a text box. Begin a work scope record in the first section, Details. Here, you'll find a few fields that are required, marked with green asterisks. You'll need to have each of these required fields filled out in order to save a work scope record. There is no autosave in AJO. To save your data, tap the Save button at the lower left corner of each section. You'll find a box for text notes at the bottom of each section too. You can keep these private for your own use during inspections and job progress, or you can make them public as part of a published report. Check here to make your notes public. When you choose to make your notes public, they appear in certain AJO report types. Let's take a closer look at AJO sections. Energy costs. Annual energy costs in dollars. Dollars saved. Improvement. AJO does the math. Source. There are many metrics here. Use as many or as few as you like. Therms. Kilowatts. The ultimate metric we like is total kilowatts site. If solar is added here, it will auto-populate the solar section. We highlight how close this house is to attaining zero energy. At the top of the enclosure section is air leakage. Enter your CFM50 numbers here. If volume has been entered above in Details, ACH50 will be auto-calculated. AJO has a field for most any place a house might have insulation, both interior and exterior. Here's where we see our first remaining effective life request. It is a request to assist appraisers who are required to estimate the remaining effective life of appraised homes and comparables. This pertains to durability and it supports value. The contractor installing the upgrades may be better qualified than an appraiser to estimate the remaining effective life of the pre- and post-conditions. Please offer your expert opinion here when you can. This is important to affirming value. Weather barrier, cladding, roof, vapor barrier, windows, doors, heating, cooling, distribution with ducts, ventilation, testing, water efficiency, hot water systems and distribution, fixtures, exterior systems, indoor air quality. We look at combustion safety, fresh filtered air, moisture control, and materials. Solar. Most of these items are stated in the contract. At minimum, it's helpful to valuation if data is included on the system's size, age, and if it is owned or leased. If the house is sold subsequent to the energy upgrade, this sold section is key to affirming value. Project Budget offers several categories to describe allocation of funds. This specifically can be useful in your business activity tracking and can be used to create reports, such as to illustrate how your business has contributed to the local economy. AJO's valuation section presents calculations that can be considered in estimating market value. Remaining effective life addresses durability and quality. Because enclosures and mechanical systems have different lifespans, they are provided separate fields. Present value calculations consider the future income stream as energy savings resulted from the upgrades. AJO does not advocate for particular tools or approaches, but as a convenience provides links to online calculators to assist with present value calculations for solar and the energy upgrades. AJO supports transparency by providing fields to show your inputs. Third-party inspections and certifications are important to many stakeholders, and they can help affirm the market value. These inspections are not mandatory to reporting with AJO. AJO is one of the few home performance data collection systems that accepts reporting that has not been third-party verified. Check the program box to find California Advanced Home Upgrades. Save your work. You've now completed a work scope record. Each energy upgrade project will have a unique AJO file, its work scope record. On the work scope details page, we see content that has been entered into the app, where to produce AJO reports, and where to upload photos. When pre-data has been filled out during the job process, it will be quick to complete the record with your post entries. Your work scope record will be stored and ready to produce reports like AJO's one-page report. See the next video for how to produce AJO reports.